Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time. I am Federico from Fabric Data, and today I want to tell you a story. I was born in the 2000s, but I will speak about traditional formats. So, when you think of the MENA region, what comes to your mind first? Maybe the dunes, maybe the desert wines, maybe the skyline of Dubai, or why not, maybe your favorite drama Arabic on Netflix. So today, I wanna take you somewhere else. I wanna take you, and as the title said, through suns and screens. Because beyond the landscapes, the beautiful landscapes that MENA has something incredible, powerful, and that's their stories. Stories that are now traveling faster, farther, and stronger than ever before. And at Fabric Data, we have been watching this whole journey, and not just with our eyes, but with our data as well. So today, let's go on a short journey together through numbers that feels like stories, and stories that prove what the numbers say. So, the MENA streaming market in 2025 is unrecognizable compared to 5 years ago, back in the pandemic times. We see more players, we see more titles, and maybe the best part, more global connections than ever before. From Cairo to Riyadh, from Dubai to Casablanca, platforms are blooming. International streamers are investing locally, and local platforms are thinking globally. So, let's take a quick look at what does it look the MENA streaming market in 2025. So, as you can see here, we are talking about 20 countries, we are talking about 238 platforms, and more than 86,000 unique titles available in the region. And what does streaming services love to offer? Well, we can see clearly drama leads the way with over 32,000 drama titles that are available right now in whole MENA region, then followed by comedy and documentary. And platforms like Shahid, OSM Plus, Stars Play have become the key players in the industry. When we analyze the production data, a few things pop immediately. For example, the United States, as we can see here, still lead distribution in MENA. But that's not a surprise. But look at what's right behind. India, the UK, Spain, France. All collaborating, all distributing. So this is not just a regional market anymore. It's a crossroads of cultures, languages, and creative exchange. And that's exactly where the power of MENA lies. Over 4,500 MENA productions and co-productions are available in over 220 countries out of MENA. As I said before, from Cairo to California, regional platforms are finding stories global audiences. Now, if we flip the lens, let's continue with this story. As I said before, over 4,500 productions and co-production are distributed out of MENA in more than 319 unique streaming services. So that's nuts. In over 220 countries, so we are basically talking about the whole world. So this insight This tells us something. From being local storytellers to becoming global exporters of cultures. So if we look at the business models, both subscription and transactional platforms are driving that growth. So whether it's Netflix or Prime Video or even maybe a fast channel, MENA stories are finding their place. And what's traveling the most? Well, no surprise again. Drama leads the way here with 36% of the genre distribution. But then it's followed closely by documentary, comedy, shorts, romance, thrillers. And here's the proof. If you look at this whole box, global giants like Prime Video, Tubi, Apple TV Plus, now Apple TV, Xfinity Extreme in the US, even TVD Orange in France, are actively distributing MENA content. So the story is not just about local audiences anymore. It's about how MENA is exporting identity, creativity, and emotion to the world. As we look at the evolution of MENA productions, we can see how the region's content universe has truly expanded from past to present. On the left, most MENA titles are quite recent, with over 60% produced in the last 10 years. That shows how fast new local storytelling is emerging. And when we break that down by genre in this big box, drama clearly dominates here, but look at how documentaries and comedies have grown too, especially in the mid-age segment. This mix of fresh genres and consistent drama strength is helping MENA stories travel further. And that's reflected right here when we see an equal split now between local productions and international co-productions, a clear sign of global collaboration taking shape. Now, we will take a look at how MENA productions are going global, even when they go solo. What does this mean if they go solo? This means that the title is produced by one MENA country, just like that. No co-productions, no any country. So today, there are more than 2,200 available titles out of MENA in more than 1,600 streaming services. So that's a massive footprint for content that wasn't even designed as a co-production. On the right, you can see where these titles live. Platforms like Shahid lead regionally with more than 600 unique titles out of MENA, and most of them are TV shows. And here, Egypt is the top production country of those contents that are being distributed. But interestingly, if you see the table, global players like Prime Video, Apple TV, Netflix are giving MENA stories truly international exposure, reaching over at least 60 countries each. And notice something, while regional platforms like Shahid are TV shows heavy, the global ones, the giants ones, are dominated by movies. That tells us MENA cinema has become the key driver of its global reach. So this is what we mean by MENA going solo, but going global. Now, when we map MENA co-production footprint, we see how collaboration has become a real bridge between regions. On the left, drama leads by far, accounting for a third of all co-productions, followed by comedy and smaller shares of romance, documentary, and thriller. So that shows international partners are mostly betting on emotional, strong, story-driven formats. And those partnerships are happening mainly with the US, with France, with the UK, and followed closely by Germany and Belgium. And that connection is visible in the titles too. For example, from Bloodline to Voy 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 and even Dune Part 2, these co-productions show how MENA talent and settings are finding global visibility. So in short, co-productions are no longer an exception. They are the pathway for MENA stories to reach global audiences. If we look now at MENA co-productions within the region, the story becomes even more exciting. This slide shows how countries are not only growing their own industries, they are co-growing together. Leading the list, we see Egypt on the left with 19 new titles, a partnership driving hits like Boy 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 that blend local culture with global themes. Then comes Saudi Arabia and the UAE, producing 14 titles, followed closely by Syria and Lebanon, two creative powerhouses with a strong drama storytelling. Finally, partnerships like the UAE and Lebanon and Kuwait and the UAE are also gaining momentum here, because each of them are adding 8 new titles to the region expanding slate. So it's not just about co-producing, it's about co-growing a regional industry ready for global audiences. So let's finish this story with a perfect example of how MENA co-productions are reaching the world. Voy, Voy, Voy. This Egyptian film, directed by Omar Hilal, mixes sports, drama, and comedy, and tells the true story of a man who joins a blind football team, not soccer, football team, to escape poverty. A story that's deeply local, but emotionally universal. It's now available in 30 countries in platforms like Prime Video, Netflix, YouTube Premium, while Jahid, OSM Plus, Stars Place, among others. So that's a remarkable journey for a film produced in Arabic. It's also been nominated 8 times and won 3 international awards: Best Cinematography, Best Script, and Best Actor. But what's the key here? It's been subtitled in more than 8 languages, from English and Spanish to Turkish, Portuguese, Japanese, etc., making it truly accessible for audiences worldwide. So, from Cairo to the world, again, Voy 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 proves that when a local story connects through emotion and craft, it doesn't just travel, it resonates. Local productions are now the heart of MENA's streaming expansion. Before closing, I want to share just a few recent headlines that perfectly illustrate how fast the MENA media and entertainment landscape is evolving. So, for example, we have seen regional players like Stars Place double down on Arabic originals, responding to a growing appetite for content in the local language. So this shift is not just about audience preference. It's a clear sign that Arabic storytelling is becoming a major strategic pillar. At the same time, international players are moving in. Turkey's Tabi, a global streaming service, launched in the recent years, showcasing Turkish dramas and expanding their cultural reach beyond borders. It's a part of a broader push to position Turkish content as a global export. Local broadcasters are also reinventing themselves. A Shark Discovery, for instance, introduced a full lineup of Arabic language originals spanning culture, art, and entertainment, aiming to create programming that feels authentically regional while maintaining world-class production values. And even China's EQE is now here, opening a branch in Dubai and partnering with Egypt's Watch It to bring both Chinese and Arabic original to MENA audiences. So this is a fascinating example of cultural exchange, bridging Asia and the Arab world through shared storytelling. Finally, the key takeaways. MENA is scaling fast. Local players are expanding, international ones are entering, and the entire ecosystem is becoming more sophisticated by the month. Stories travel farther than ever. Arabic, Turkish, and regional productions are finding new audiences across the continents, from Africa to Asia and beyond. Co-productions are the new bridges. We are seeing partnerships that connect creators, cultures, and markets. And that's where the most exciting innovation is happening. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the UAE are leading the charge, inventing, creating infrastructure, and setting new standards for the region. And the last one, and for me the most important, the world is watching. What's being built here is not just a regional growth, it's a global relevance. MENA is no longer just part of the story, it's helping write the next chapter. So thank you all for your time, I really appreciate you being here. And well, if you want to reach out, this is my contact QR, but even if you want to say hi, I will be here, you know. And well, thank you all for being here. For real, it was a pleasure.